So I'm back in the woodland for this video, and for a couple of main reasons really. Firstly and most importantly, just because I haven't been to the woods with my camera in ages, and I'm quite fortunate as to where I live in the UK. You know, I'm close to the Lake District, so I can go hiking with my camera. I'm close to some really beautiful coastal areas, but I'm also close to some really nice ancient woodlands. So I like to kind of alternate between those three niches of landscape photography, if you will, and today is the turn of the forest, so I have missed it a little bit. There is a second reason as to why I'm in the woods, in the forest, and that is because of these bloody storms in the UK. They've been going on now for about 2 weeks, and I'm over them. Absolutely over them. I'm sick of them. I just want to go out with my camera and not have to deal with 70-mile-an-hour winds. So you might be able to hear a bit of the wind in the background. The canopies are blowing all over the shop, but the woods are just going to give me a bit of shelter from these winds, and it's working a treat at the minute. So that is an absolute positive. Admittedly, at the minute, I'm feeling a little bit uninspired. I cannot lie to you. It's middle of the day, pretty much, and the light's just flat. Very boring. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with coming out in the middle of the day, or else I wouldn't be here. Sometimes you can get some beautiful light in the woods in the middle of the day, but just not on this occasion. It's quite boring, and the light itself is pretty uninspiring. But I'm not just going to stand around and complain. I've got all my gear, and I'm basically, as always, just going to wander around, see if anything takes my fancy enough for me to want to get the old camera out. So come with me. So, no, something is not working with regards to the old woodland photography today. I've had to come out. I've been wandering around for at least 2.5 hours now with the old camera, and I'm just having no success whatsoever. And more importantly, to be completely transparent with you guys, I just can't be bothered with woodland photography today. I'm not feeling it, and I don't have any connection. I don't have an emotional connection to the landscape that I'm photographing. It happens. It's fine, you know, it's just today. I think a lot of what woodland photography is about for me is mindset. I'm just not in the correct frame of mind today to enjoy it, never mind to find compositions. Now, I think emotional connection is incredibly important. I talk about this all the time on this channel, and I talk about, you know, how my heritage is really important, how that helps me to enjoy photographing certain areas. That's my emotional connection a lot of the time, but it doesn't always have to be that deep, you know. Sometimes you can go somewhere, it looks pretty, and it makes you excited. There's your emotional connection, as simple as that. But I'm not even getting that from this woodland today. And I can't blame the woodland, because it's absolutely gorgeous, and I've had success from here in the past. I can't blame the conditions, because the conditions don't necessarily affect your ability to find decent composition. It's just my frame of mind. I'm not feeling it. Simple as that. So I'm going to sack the woodland off. I've actually just had a message from my local framer telling me that 3 of my prints that I took in last week that I wanted framing are now ready to collect. 2 of them are from an exhibition, which I mentioned is coming up this summer, and 1 is just for a paying customer. So I'm really excited for them. I'm going to go and pick them up now. We'll have a little look at them. It's all going to be part of this video, something a bit different. See how they look, and then I'm actually going to come back out later on this afternoon with the camera, continue the video, and I'm probably going to go to the coast because it's somewhere familiar. It's somewhere that I often have success, and it's somewhere that I generally, 99% of the time, I just love being out with my camera, and that's the most important thing at the minute. But yeah, for now, let's go and collect these framed prints. So we have a cough and welcome to the office, and I do hope you like the colour of the walls as much as I do. Anyway, we've got some framed prints from Bay Framing. If you live locally to Lancaster and Morecambe, definitely check them out. Fantastic company, awesome service and wonderful people as well. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. It's just nice to give a shout out to a genuinely really good company. So I'll put a link to their website in the description below. But yeah, didn't really enjoy that little stint in the Woodland, if I'm being honest. It wasn't ideal, but I'm over it now. And like I said, we will be going out to the coast with the camera after I've showed you these. I've got a nice location in mind. But yeah, these framed prints, I'm really excited about them. So I kind of thought I might as well share that excitement with you guys. This is not something I ever really do on this channel. Why not? With my exhibition coming up this summer in July, exact date to be confirmed, I thought I might as well share them with you. So I'm starting with this one because it's my favourite ever photograph that I've taken. It's my favourite ever image that I've had printed, and it's a triple whammy because it's my favourite ever print that I've had framed. Super proud of this one. I honestly just think it looks gorgeous, and this is probably going to be like the sort of main event at my exhibition. And love the framing on this. I've gone for like a sort of a dark brown frame, you can see there, and it's very lightly textured. I didn't want too much texture in the frame, just because I think there's a lot of texture in the rocks, in the mountains and stuff. So it creates a really nice contrast between the two. Another thing that I like about this, you'll see this more when I get the next two prints out, but this has got a real panoramic look to it. It's A2 in sort of width there, but in length, top to bottom, it's almost cropped a little bit because it is a panel. So up on the wall, this looks absolutely awesome. And yeah, super happy with the way this one's come out. And like I say, equally as happy, equally as excited to get this one up in my exhibition. That's going to look top drawer. So on to the next one. Give me a second. Right, this one is actually, well, this isn't supposed to be for my exhibition. This is for a paying customer. Like I mentioned when I was back in the car, this is that one. And now I've had it printed and framed. I really like it, and I might include this in my exhibition. I'm not sure yet. Tell me what you think, but I really like this one, and this is called Perseverance, and I actually didn't vlog this photograph. Believe it or not, I occasionally go out with my camera and I don't vlog it. Very rarely, probably only twice a month. I thoroughly enjoy vlogging, so I'm not really that bothered about going out with my camera alone without vlogging it, but very rarely I do like doing it. And this is a location called Whitbarrow in southeastern Cumbria. Gorgeous location. You can see this beautiful silver birch here that's kind of incredibly windswept, leaning from right to left, and then his mate down here in the background as well. He's got a few mates. Yeah, I really like this image. It was never one that I really wanted to sell as a print, but somebody asked me. They've obviously seen it on my Instagram, and I'm not going to say no. So if there's ever any images that you want as prints, as standard edition prints, I'm never going to say no. Do you know what I mean? So just get in touch. But a bit of a deeper frame on this one, and I just think it suits it really, really well. Another good thing about actually going to a framing shop is they've usually got a lot up on the wall as well of framed prints of all different frames, so you can get a nice idea of how they look up on the wall. If you're anything like I was when I first went to get some prints framed, I didn't have a clue. So that was really helpful to have that sort of visual representation. But yeah, this one's nice. Black with a fair bit of texture in this one as well, because I think there's a lot of areas of sort of non-detail in this image, i.e. the sky and the areas of mist and stuff, and this background area doesn't have a lot of texture and sharpness to it. So this one's suited really, really well. And yeah, like I say, I might include this one in my exhibition. Let me know what you think about this one. Do you think it's worth it? Right, on to the final image. 1 second. So, there we go. The final one, the lion and the lamb. Probably my favourite image that I've took this year in 2020 so far. Definitely my favourite, photography experience. I was so excited during this image. A lot of you have probably seen the video. You'll know. Love this photograph as well. Really, really do. Spoken about it loads in the past. I don't need to, but I'm super excited to get this one up on the wall in the exhibition. Absolutely gorgeous, and I hope that you can kind of see now how
the Three Sisters was clearly a panel. You know, this is still A2 in width from left to right, but top to bottom, it's a hell of a lot longer than the Three Sisters one was. Just because the print's bigger, simple as that. It's a bigger aspect ratio, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. And with regards to the frame, it's not quite as deep as the previous one of that image called Perseverance, but you'll see there's no texture whatsoever. It's just a plain, simple black frame, and I just think it suits it perfectly. And again, my reasoning behind that is if you look at the image, there's a hell of a lot of texture in all these rocks here, and actually in the highlights in the sky as well. The image throughout, I mean, look at it, probably the lake down there, Grasmere, that's the only place where there isn't any texture. So to have this, again, nice and simple, no texture in the frame, is a really, really nice contrast, so I'm happy with that. The Lion and the Lamb. I'm thinking about potentially selling framed prints. I know it'll be a faff to package them and post them out, but it's something I'm looking into. If any of you would like to buy framed prints, let me know in the comments below or get in touch with me. If there's enough demand for that, I'd probably do it. But yeah, it's something to think about. Anyway, that's that. I hope you got some value from that. Pretty interesting, I think. And yeah, let's go out with the camera to the coast.
So we're out on the coast. Well, nearly. I just need to get down there somehow. It is windy. The wind has definitely not let us down. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've never been to this location before. The tide's on its way in, and I'm in a similar area to my last video, so you know I need to be careful. It's a dodgy tide system here. Right off in the background where the sun is setting, sun sets in about an hour, so not long. There's a bank of cloud, which is what it's behind at the minute, which is why we're not being painted with any light. But below it, there's nothing, not even any cloud on the horizon. Now that could change quickly, so I don't want to get too excited. But once that drops below, everything's going to get painted with some beautiful golden light during the golden hour itself. So exciting in that department. And now, I just need to get down here amongst all them rocks and see if we can find anything worth photographing. All I seem to be doing at the minute is complaining about the wind, and once again, I'll tell you what guys, it isn't half windy. This might have been the worst one from recent vlogs. This is crazy, right? Anyway, beautiful area. I'm feeling much more inspired than what I was when we were in the woodland, but I think that's just because of the gorgeous lighting conditions. You can see by the gorgeous golden light painting on my face, and in the background the sun's playing ball for now. Now I found this tree here that you can see over my right shoulder. Beautiful subject even without all the gorgeous background. However, I'm struggling to find a composition around it. So what I'm going to do, God it's windy, take the bag off, stick it on the deck and just wander around for a while and really try and figure something out, because I'm convinced that there's some potential here. So I hope you guys can hear me all right. I'm going to say it again for good measure. The winds are mental. I've got the 16 to 35mm lens on and I'm shooting handheld. I just cannot be bothered messing about with the tripod at this stage. It's just way too windy, as I said. So I'm shooting at f4, ISO 500, and that's giving us about 1/800th of a second, so a super fast shutter speed. Because even, you know, shooting handheld, it's just blowing all over the shop. The biggest thing I struggled with this subject is, like I said, composition. I've got the tree in this particular image on the right hand third of the frame, and then we've got the sun on the left hand sort of area of the frame. It's taking up loads of space, but where the sun is, it's completely overexposed, which is not something I'd usually do, but in this instance, I actually really like it. And then we've got this kind of peninsula almost of rocks that are kind of jutting out into the sea and actually into where the sun's setting. It's really, really nice. So it's quite a pleasing composition as I'm looking at it on the back of the camera. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty nice. The tree really is a beautiful subject, so apologies for the video, it's all over the shot, but it's really, really hard to deal with it in this wind. So what I'll do is I'll show you this shot now, handheld, ISO 500, and then I'd probably like to figure out something else, because like I said, I think maybe in 5 or 10 minutes we're going to get some gorgeous light. Right, so I have took another shot. You can see there. Whoa! Take the lens cap off. Stuck the wide angle lens on, and to be honest, pretty much the same composition, but just with different lighting conditions and different colours in the sky, and obviously shooting wider as well. So I stuck this on and I put it on 11mm, which I think really helped. It gave us a little bit more space on the right hand side of this tree, and obviously caught a lot more on the left hand side of the frame as well, and I think that added a little bit of negative space around the subject, the tree. Yeah, has really, really helped. I've bracketed, so the settings are a bit irrelevant. I've focused on that tree, and hopefully I can do some work with that in Lightroom. So it's going to be quite similar to the last one, but I'll pop it up for you guys to see. I hope you like it. So we're back to the car. I really hope you like that photograph, and I'm going to end the video there. What's a crazy video, absolutely all over the shop. I'm glad that I finally managed to get a couple of photographs though. Beautiful location down there on the coast. I shall definitely be returning to that one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this mad vlog. Appreciate the support. As always, please comment below, give the video a like if you have a second, subscribe if you're new. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next adventure. Out.